FM, the financial network.
You can build a business many ways. One way that our next guest is doing it is through tie-ins with artists and also with great charities. And it involves simple neckwear. Joining us tonight is Irwin Sternberg. He's president of Stonehenge.
Hey, Donald.
How are you tonight? Good to see you, Irwin. You've been here before talking about other efforts.
Great time, actually.
Yeah, and it's good to have you here tonight because you're here pushing, hawking, selling, promoting a variety of ties that involve someone very near and dear to the world of sports.
Absolutely. And it's, I don't know if it's pushing, it's just kind of a more compassion in fashion. And what we've been able to do with so many great cause-related programs that we have created, such as the cocktail collection for Mothers Against Drunk Driving, raising hundreds of thousands of dollars for them. We came up with a program with Jimmy Valvano, who died back in 1993 from cancer. Jimmy was a great basketball coach for North Carolina State, and his friends and admirers have come together to create a very unusual concept by giving us doodles and drawings that we've reinterpreted, bringing it to the world of fashion, and raising money for the V Foundation in his name.
Just give us some background here, because he died of cancer. He was very popular, not only among the public, but among professional athletes. So professional athletes want to do something in his memory.
Yeah, he was extremely popular, and he was a great inspiration of hope throughout the country. For people that knew Jimmy, he was someone that always used to say, and this is a major motto for him, don't give up, don't ever give up. And he used to say that when he was at the ESPY Awards, and don't give up the fight for cancer. But for those people that knew Jimmy Valvano, you could hear Jimmy saying to the kids on the court, if they were in last place, guys, don't give up, don't ever give up. So this network program is going to be more of a compassion, an inspiration of hope through the world of fashion, which means if whatever our problems in life may be, whether it's health, religion, sports, education, money, this product, this tie, this inspiration from all his friends and admirers will be, don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Now, Irwin, we showed people, just for a second there, shots of a variety of ties and little sketches that went along, doodles, if you will,
correct,
by major athletes. We'll show this panel, and if you can sort of go around and describe two or three of them, who's behind them and what the doodles are about.
Great. The one at the top left is Dick Vitale. Dick, if you zoom into that, you'll see a basketball court that Dick had put together and inspired just a court, and in that, which everyone knows and loves Dick Vitale, he had put Austin Baby. So very faintly in the tie is something that says Austin Baby. Now, Donald, I got to tell you, none of these people are artists, and they're not designers by any means. They're, in our opinion, real heroes that have tried to put something together to raise money for cancer.
Now, give us an idea of how the company is doing, and this issue of cause-related marketing, because we focused on it this week in a variety of ways, and you've got to be delicate. There's certain ways to market that are appropriate that aren't. I mean, what has it done for your business?
I can't even imagine doing another neckwear program without trying to find a product with brains, a why to buy. For me, I've been inspired in many different ways, and to see the type of inspiration from so many different programs that we have put together, where people literally have come up to me and embraced me. An example, a woman who had a child that was killed by a drunk driver came up and said, I'll wear this around my heart. Now, the V Foundation, in the first 6 weeks of just shipping this product, we've already raised, or not raised, just a portion of the proceeds. We've had issued a check for $50,000 to the V Foundation, which was great, and it makes you feel great.
Now, I don't want to be too intrusive, but when it's $50,000 is going to the V Foundation, what does that translate into sales, for instance, of these ties?
Well, that could have transpired into over maybe $1 million in sales.
Good for you. All right, let's talk about some of the other things, because you had Gilda's Club, which was Gilda Radner, also cancer?
Gilda Radner. We took people that had cancer who were part of Gilda's Club with various celebrities, Katie Couric, Gene Wilder, Jason Alexander. They put designs that we reinterpreted, and based on that, an organization contributed $1 million to the Gilda Radner Foundation.
Let's look at some more of these ties, and you can describe some of the athletes behind them, because it was not just basketball, obviously.
Here to the right is Rick Pitino. If you look closely at that, and we'll skim right through it, is X's and O's that Rick put together. No way is Rick a designer, but let me tell you something. People love the feeling that he has put this together. He's a real hero in our hearts, and this is what's inspiring this collection.
Now, how do you get from his sketch to the actual design for the tie?
Our designers, a whole court of...
They try to take something from the sketch?
They translate that from the sketch. One funniest thing, if you see it on the monitor, if we go through, I was with Willis Reed, a wonderful man. Willis Reed, I went into his office, I put a piece of paper in front of him, I said, Willis, do a design. He looked at the paper for 5 minutes. He looked up to me and said, Irwin, I'm not a designer. What do you want me to do? I said, do what makes you feel healthy. Do what makes you feel good. And he did some trees. You know what that ended up being? He loves being in the wilderness. That's where he finds his comfort. He put a tree together, and today it's the #1 necro program in the collection.
Well, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Don.
I'll give everyone a little background as we move out of this segment of the show. Stonehenge was incorporated in '84, and you started, or you made a big splash with Jerry Garcia.
Correct.
And his designs, which really took off.
Thanks so much.
Thanks very much for joining us, Irwin. Irwin Sternberg, president of Stonehenge. All right, we're going to take a short break right now, and when we come back, we'll have plenty more of the Biz Buzz. We'll be talking about Oscar Countdown.